Welcome to WB Mason Postgame Extra exclusively on SNY.TV. Tuesday night, Matt Harvey made his return to the Citi Field mound. It turned into a crazy game, which the Mets won 6-5 over the Phillies. 4-hit batsman, a catcher's interference, an ejection, a challenge that wasn't, a challenge that was denied. Craziness all the way around, and some injuries for the Mets. But let's start with Harvey.
Well, it's funny that on the day that's the Matt Harvey day, he might not be the whole story because he usually is. But he was outstanding. 8 punch-outs, no walks, 3 runs over 6 innings. But what was interesting is that the crowd was completely pumped up from the time he walked out of the bullpen. The crowd went crazy when he struck out the first 2 hitters, but of course the veteran Utley took him deep for a home run. But over the course of the game, solid effort by Matt, and it gave the Mets a chance to win.
You know, obviously came out pretty strong, and you know, I think as the game went on, pitches were kind of creeping over the middle. And I know, you know, after watching Jacob throw yesterday, he had the same kind of issues, and unfortunately today it was a couple bad pitches that, you know, caught too much of the plate, and they were able to you know, get the best of it.
Matt, as I said before the game, you know, everybody expects him to be Superman, and he started out being that way, and then all of a sudden he just wasn't, you know, didn't have his great stuff, which happens. As I told you before the game, I've had too many great pitchers tell me the first game's easy. First start's easy, the second one's really hard. As we saw tonight with one of the best pitchers in the game, was hard. And
on the offensive side, the Mets left a passel of runners on base, but Lucas Duda had the biggest hit.
Well, Lucas Duda continues to hit, had a 3-run double in that second inning with the bases loaded, obviously, if it was a 3-run double. From the offensive side also, there were some injuries. It was the game where there was 4 hit batsmen, and I got to believe that Harvey, this is my speculation, probably retaliated and hit Chase Utley on purpose. We don't know that. He'll probably deny it. But also Kadire got hit earlier in the game, had to leave the ball game. Fortunately for Kadire, the x-rays came back negative, so he's probably going to be okay. But David Wright's the big story, Gary.
He tweaked his hamstring, pulled it, they said, after he stole a base in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, Michael's got a bruised hand, so does Flo. David's got a right hamstring problem. That's a major problem. And so we'll find out what the doctors think when they take a look at him tonight.
A couple feet before the bag, just felt my hamstring grab. You know, thought it just might be you know, something that I could stretch out a little bit. You know, but then took a couple secondary leads and just realized that if you know, the ball's put in play, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do anything positive, that's for sure. So took a couple pitches and it didn't get any better. So that's when I thought, you know, rather say something and, you know, hopefully catch this thing before it gets as, you know, make the same mistake I made a couple years ago when I tried to, you know, play through it and made it worse.
Obviously, we don't want to go without David ever, but we have all the confidence in the world and all the guys that are in here to come in, step up, and play third base. You know, obviously it's not going to be me tomorrow, but whoever it is, you know, we'll have confidence in them to come in and step up and fill the void as best they can, and we're just going to, you know, keep moving forward and keep winning games.
You know, this is the big leagues, and nobody feels sorry for us. We can't feel sorry for ourselves, and that's the worst thing you can do is say, woe is me, you know, oh, here we go. You can't say that. You cannot say that. You just got to say, okay, we'll get him tomorrow.
That necessitated the Mets finishing the game with Anthony Recker playing third base for the first time in his pro career. Wild night, but the bottom line is the Mets win their 3rd in a row. They go for the sweep of the Phillies on Wednesday night with John Neese on the mound. Our coverage begins with Cadillac first pitch at 6 o'clock Wednesday night on SNY. That'll do it for WB Mason Postgame Extra. Be sure to join us after every game for exclusive coverage on SNY.TV.